Today we're going to be testing out SUPCASE's UB Pro Case for the iPad Pro 13-inch. This case is super protective. It also has a built-in screen protector as well as a stand that kind of folds back inside the case flush. I'm also going to be testing out how well it works when your iPad already has a tempered glass screen protector built in if you don't want to use the film screen protector that comes with the case. And we'll also test out the Apple Pencil with that built-in screen protector as well. Now, if you guys do want to pick this up, I will be putting product links in the video description. And by the end of this video, I promise you'll know whether or not this case is right for you. So here is the case. It's got a nice hard backing. Again, it does have that built-in kickstand. It does have a pretty good thickness to help keep your iPad nice and protected. On the front, we do have that built-in film screen protector, and we also have a slot for our Apple Pencil as well. Now, this is a two-piece design, and basically what that means is there is a hard plastic inner shell that comes out, goes over the top of the iPad, and then you place that with the shell back inside the outer portion of the shell. Again, that has that nice hard plastic backing surrounded by a nice firm hard rubber. So all you need to do is peel back one of the corners of the case and then kind of peel out that inner protector. Now, if you are interested how heavy this case actually weighs, the iPad itself with a tempered glass screen protector built in weighs about 645 grams. So let's see how much the case itself weighs. And the case itself weighs 500, so almost as much as the iPad itself. And just for reference, I'll show you how much the iPad actually weighs. 646. So now the first thing you're going to want to do before we put the cover over the iPad is to actually clean off your screen on the iPad thoroughly, because anything that's on the screen will be trapped underneath once we put it in its case. Now, I do have a tempered glass screen protector on the iPad like I mentioned, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the cover over the tempered glass, and then we're going to test out how the Touch and the Apple Pencil work. Before you put this over your iPad, you want to make sure that you peel off the inner protector, and then don't touch the inside, and then just place this over the top of your iPad. Now, I will be taking out the film screen protector and putting the case over my iPad with the tempered glass on there to see how well it works. There is two in case you happen to have a tempered glass screen protector that you don't want to get rid of. All right, so the top cover is in place over my iPad. So now we'll take off the top protector. And as you can see, the screen is crystal clear. Now, one thing to note is the screen does have all these little dots. I don't know if you guys can see it really well, so I'll zoom in a little bit. And there, as you can see, all the little dots on the screen there. It's not really a huge deal. Once the screen's on, you really can't see it. It's just something I wanted to mention. And that helps to keep the rainbow effect down on the screen protector. So as you can see, Touch seems to be working just fine. Let's test out our Face ID, and Face ID is working fine as well. As you can see, the screen is crystal clear, and it's working without issue. And again, that's working right through the tempered glass that I already have on the iPad. So you shouldn't have any issues with Touch. The screen does have a slight resistance. It's not as smooth as the glass that's on the iPad, and that's the reason why I wanted to test this without the film screen protector too, because again, you might have a tempered glass screen protector on your iPad already that you want to use because you do like the way that it feels and you don't like the way that the film feels. But the film is fine, it's working perfectly fine. So if you don't have a tempered glass screen protector on your iPad and you just want to use the one built in, you're not going to have any issues. Alright, so now let's test out how well our Apple Pencil works. I'm going to use a little card here to make a straight line so you guys can see how well that works. Sorry about the focusing. I'll make the line and then I'll change it so you guys can actually see. So that line looks super straight. As you can see, I don't see any wobbling. That seems to work out pretty well. So I don't see that you're going to have any issues using the pen on the screen protector. Again, it does have some resistance even using the Apple Pencil, but I don't see any skipping. There was no wobbling, as you could see from the straight line I made. So you shouldn't have any issues using the Apple Pencil. So before we do anything else, I want to put the case inside the outer portion just to see how well it works, even if you don't want to take off your tempered glass screen protector. So there's the case with the iPad with the tempered glass screen protector still on the screen, and everything seems to fit perfectly fine. If we look at it from the side, you can see how much extra bulk it adds to your iPad, but again, you're getting a lot of extra protection, especially in these corners. We have kind of like some serrated edge to help with grip when you're holding it. We have our volume buttons right here. On the other side, we have our cutouts for our speakers. We also have our power button on the top here that has a little kind of texture to it. On the bottom, we don't really have anything except for that texture. And on the other side, we have our covered charging port as well as some cutouts for our speakers. On the top here, we do have cutouts for all of our sensors, so Face ID and everything works perfectly fine. We do have that cutout for our Apple Pencil, and the Apple Pencil will also charge while it's in this slot too, so that's definitely nice. So let me show you that Face ID is still actually working. No problems there. And I'll put my Apple Pencil in a little holder here. As you can see, it's charging the Apple Pencil, and it actually holds in place too, so you don't have to worry about your Apple Pencil just falling out. And if you want to use it, it's got a little slot on the back here that you just press your finger up and the Apple Pencil pops out. And again, on the back here, it does have that stand that pops out very easily, just like this. So now you can use your iPad in a landscape, or you can also use it in a portrait mode as well, in case you want to use it for like some Zoom calls or something like that. Super convenient. It's aimed right towards your face, and then it kind of just stows right back into place with a little clip. As you can see, it sits flush with the case too. It also has these little nubs kind of all the way around the case, and they're made of kind of like a rubbery type material, so when you put your iPad down on something, it won't just slide all over the place. And again, the screen looks perfect, nice and clean, very clear, no issues at all. So as you can see, everything is working perfectly fine with the film screen protector. There's no issues with touch, no issues with using your Apple Pencil, and it is nice and clear. Now, as far as fingerprints goes, the screen does definitely pick up some fingerprints, as you can see there. And because it's got a little bit of resistance, you will have to just wipe a little bit harder to get rid of those fingerprints, but they do go away fairly easily. As you can see, the screen is nice and clean. And as far as the buttons on the side, power button working perfectly fine. Face ID, our volume buttons, nice and clicky, working perfectly fine. I also do love the inclusion of the kickstand, because when you're traveling or you're just maybe eating lunch or something like that and you want to have your iPad propped up facing your face, you don't have to worry about it leaning up against something because it comes with that built-in kickstand. So now what I want to do is to remove the film screen protector and just put the case over my tempered glass screen protector and see how well that works. So if you do want to remove the film screen protector from the case itself, it does remove fairly easily. Just press your thumb kind of through one of the corners and you should get an end to lift up, and then you pretty much just peel it right out. All right, so now that I have the film screen protector removed, I'm just going to place this over the top of my iPad just like this. Then once it's on your iPad, we're going to take this whole thing and just kind of put it into the case, just like this. All right, so actually looking pretty good. So now you can use your tempered glass screen protector with the case itself. It seems to be working perfectly fine. I don't see any lifting on my tempered glass. Now it's nice and smooth. just like the glass that's on the iPad, and everything else is working perfectly fine. Face ID, looking good. So you can use this either way. You can use it with your tempered glass screen protector, or if you don't have a tempered glass screen protector, you can always use the one that comes built in. It's definitely a nice option. And also, to give you a peace of mind, this case has been military grade drop tested. So now let's see what the sound sounds like with the case on the iPad. There shouldn't be any difference between the case being on or off the iPad because there are cutouts specifically made for your speakers, but let's test it out anyway.
But it's 4,000 miles to the Earth's core, so the Cola Super Deep is nothing. And since grade school, we've been taught that the Earth is made up of the crust, the mantle, and the core. And the core is 2 layers, the outer core.
So as you heard, the iPad is still super loud. You don't have to worry about any of the sound being degraded because of the case is on the iPad. And I wouldn't expect there to be any difference because there are cutouts specifically for your speakers on each side. So if you're looking to give your iPad maximum protection with a 360-degree protective case that has a built-in kickstand, the SUPCASE UB Pro is definitely a great option. And again, if you guys want to pick this up, I will be putting product links in the video description. And if you guys enjoyed the video, it would really help out the channel if you gave me a thumbs up and consider subscribing. Thank you all for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.